Good afternoon. I'm back at the Goose Park. I did my little Bay Area commuting circuit. Usually I get off of work. I just like to come here to the park. I don't like going straight back to the house because I just don't like sitting in the house all day, man. Even though I'm not home like ever. But how was I gonna start this? Like, man, we need to just be okay with being flawed characters, man. Like, I was just thinking about this, contemplating this, but I was like, man, check this out. Scientifically, there's no such thing as a perfect circle, right? There'll never be a perfect circle, right? There's no such thing as a complete straight line. If you took like a straight line, put it in outer space, and just shot it, there's a curve to it. It's scientifically proven no such thing as perfection, right? The imperfection is what makes it perfect. Maybe to your sight, you'd be like, oh, it looks like a completely like round circle. It's not. It's oblong, right? That's why, like, what is the radius, or the radius of a circle is pi, whatever, 3.14, but it has a bunch of other numbers at the end of it. It's not actually 3.140, a bunch of numbers. Basically what I'm trying to say is nothing is like perfect, and us as human beings, we're definitely not perfect. We're flawed characters, and we need to be okay with that. Not to the extent where we're like self-destructive, or the extent where we like cause other people harm or misery. That's not what I mean, and we're gonna do that on accident, regardless, but I mean, it's not like intentionally doing it, not using it as like an excuse to just do whatever the F you want, right? But we're flawed characters, man. It is what it is. Like, I made a video about this the other day. I was like, I think it was yesterday, but it's like, yeah, you do the best you can. That's all you can do. And it's just like coming to peace with that and accepting and actually enjoying being like a little odd, being a little different, having like character defects. We're always gonna have some kind of character flaw, right? Because we're characters. But it's more about like just try to work on the ones that are self-destructive and the ones that are harming others. If you could do that, it's just like, man, you come to peace within yourself, man. And you won't feel like you always gotta be perfect or say the right thing or any of that. It's something in this society. Like, I hate it. Like, I started looking at it. I'm not hate it, strongly dislike it. But the self-improvement thing, right? I gotta build myself. I gotta fix myself. I'm self-improving. That's like, man, you'll spend lifetimes doing that. Like, I got burnt out on that. Like, I went on that a couple years ago, because like I've been a lot of ups and downs in life. I don't like saying it, like, because there's people who've been through more than me, but I've been through a lot in life. I don't really show it, but I've been through a lot in life. I've seen what down is like, all that, and I was like, okay, like, I know I have like some kind of psychological things that I'm not addressing. I was like, okay, let me go on this self-improvement thing. And what it turned out being is this, like, you'll fix one thing and something else will go wrong, and something else, and you'll discover this, and you'll discover that, and you'll discover so many things. Like, our psyches pack so much into them. Like, just pack so much into them, man. You're not gonna fix yourself. It's better to just realize, like, you're not really broken. It's just like, dude, none of us get unscathed by this world. None of us do. We all get. You can take the richest person. Here's the misconception, right? Because people think that, like, if you have money, that you don't go through any issues. You might avoid certain things, but you go through issues too, even if you're rich. Like, I work for rich billionaires and millionaires, building houses. They got issues too, man. Like, I'll give you an example about that. Like, so I'm obviously not gonna say their name. Very rich couple. They have one son, and they're very rich, man. They're like they're probably worth 50 million plus. Like, seriously, like out there in the Bay Area. They got mega money, but guess what? That doesn't get them to escape like the problems of life. Their son's a drug addict, bro. Their son's a straight up drug addict, pothead. Like, and his dad, you could tell, look in his eyes, his dad wanted him to like kind of model after him, but instead he's just a party animal, man. He just likes to get high. The dude likes to get high, likes to do drugs, bro, and he likes to just fuck off, man. And his dad is just like, looks at him with this, like, he loves him, but just supreme disappointment. And all the money in the world can't fix that, man. All the money in the world won't fix that. It just goes to show you, like, hey, man, none of us escape this world unscathed. So we're always gonna have like some kind of whatever psychological defect. Some have it way worse than others, and that comes out as like a mental illness. Obviously, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I mean, man, it's kind of common sense. So don't take my word for it. Go ask a psychologist or something. But we're always gonna have that, and we go down this rabbit hole with this self-improvement thing, man, and it actually does more harm than good, right? Because we spin around in circles, and then we find something wrong with us, and then we're just like, oh no, and then we're like, I have to fix this, and then you fix that, and then something else goes wrong, and something else goes wrong, and something else goes wrong, right? It's called Occam's razor, right? It's like, hey, the simplest solution is probably the answer. That's Occam's razor, right? The simplest thing to do is, but hey, what character defects do you have that are self-destructive and harm others? Just work on that. How about that? Just work on that. Very simple. We know the things we do that harms ourselves and harms others. Why don't we just work on that instead of trying to fix all this other stuff and my anxious attachment and non-anxious attachment, all this the names for everything, man. But instead of getting so caught up in fixing yourself, why don't you just focus on the things that like I said are self-destructive and cause harm to others, like our addictions. I struggle with addictions. I'll go out and say it. I struggle with addictions, and all of us do. It doesn't even have to be drugs. It could be sex. It could be with sugar. It could be with a lot of things, man. It could be working out. I've struggled with that too. I used to work out way too much, to the point where I'm like, man, I'm just breaking down my body instead of getting in shape. But we all have these little issues, man. Our little problems. We have our little issues, man. You're not a problem. You're not broken. You just we have character defects. Our past conditioning that we've been through kind of programs us, and we're kind of unlearning a lot of things. Our parents maybe put some stupid crap into us. Society definitely does, right? Society does. They tell you what to do, how to be happy, how to this is how you be happy, by doing this and making a bunch of money and blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. And then we try to follow that script of what society put for us, and then it doesn't work out for us, or we get it and we're not happy, and then we're like, I'm messed up. How come I don't appreciate this? How I'm not? Because we followed the wrong script. It's life is not so much a learning but an unlearning, is what I'm starting to see. In my 34 years here, starting to see a lot of it's unlearning. Instead of trying here's a good example. I used to just hyper fixate on just knowing things, right? So I learned so much. I learned a lot about a lot of things, it's beneficial, but at the same time it's detrimental at the same time, because that becomes an addiction within itself. I'm trying to get all this information and knowledge, and it becomes just a rabbit hole, an endless rabbit hole. I have to cut that off. And hey man, why don't you just chill and enjoy the forest for the trees for once in your life, right? I heard that saying, and someone hopefully we're still friends, probably not, but a friend told me that. Still appreciate them, but even though it doesn't seem like I do. But yeah, like I said, man, we gotta stop trying so much to fix ourselves, man, and just be hey, work on the little things that are self-destructive and harm others, man, and let the rest sort itself out. Pray to God for the rest. I think that's about all I want to say in that video. But yeah, the self-improvement thing, man, it's just another marketing tactic too. We could break it down a little bit more, but the whole self-improvement thing, it's just a way to get more money, bro. Get you to buy more products, buy this course, manifestation course, buy this self-improvement course. I'm a life coach, and I'm gonna pay someone $300 a month to tell you how to live your life. You're the only one who knows how to live your life, because you have to live it. You could take advice from people, or you could get insights and be okay, let me apply that. But as far as buying someone's I'm not trying to diss anybody, man, or mess with their pocketbook, but you don't gotta buy some freaking course or something, man, to show you how to live your life, man. Just do the best you can. People say things, hey, give it a shot, see if it works. It might not work for you. We're not all the same, so different things work for different people. So you just keep that in mind. The whole self-improvement thing, man, don't worry about that so much. You'll come within yourself eventually. It took me until I was 30, and I'm still going, you know, but like it took me until 30 to actually just start looking at myself and looking like, hey man, I got things I'm suppressing. Let me handle this before it gets any worse. You know, I don't want to suppress my whole life. So that's the point I got to. But hopefully y'all enjoy that video, and you know, have a great day and peace.